Cheers.
Yes.
Well, here we are, Shannon, having a little chatty chat.
Yeah, you too. Wait, sorry. Actually, don't even edit these out, Victoria. This is real life.
This is real life.
Baby next to me, cooing, but also crying.
Yeah, she's fine. This is a good one for her to be on because it's all about being a mom and running a business and how to survive it all.
All right, Emily. So what's one of the biggest things you would have told yourself? So just for our viewers, Emily and I have had our business. I started my social media management business about 6 years ago. It was right after I had my first daughter. So I think when I started very, very slowly because I had a newborn and I didn't really know what I was doing. And I just kind of went for it and it was really messy, but working with the wrong clients and all that. But eventually I got my footing. Can you hear Ryan?
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry. Jesus.
Okay.
Great. So I think both of us can relate to the fact that we started our businesses with babies, you know, just not really knowing what the heck we were doing. We eventually got our footing.
Yes.
But we wish we had known.
Yes. And I think that we thought we had to do all the things, all parts, because, you know, we were choosing to do this business and we were choosing to work from home and take a risk. So I think you and I both felt like, well, we can't rely on anyone else because we've chosen to do this.
Yes.
And it's really hard to then say, I kind of need help. I think I need help.
Coming from jobs where, you know, we weren't necessarily the boss.
Exactly.
Going to boss CEO mode feels weird.
Yes, like very strange. And you had to have a lot of ducks in a row that are not the ducks that we used to put in a row at all. We were just talking before this about EIN numbers and banking stuff. And that is not our jam, guys. That is not what we are into. It is confusing to us.
You have to give up that control.
You do. And I think once we had some substantial money coming in consistently, we did. And I remember Shannon saying, I got a bookkeeper. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be my first thing to outsource too, because we don't want to go to jail.
Yes. So, that would not be good. Because again,
we would make mistakes that would send us to jail. We would. That's why we stick to social media and running a business. That's the advice you can take from us and feel confident about. Nothing to do with baking.
The zone of genius.
Zone of genius. Right. Right. And I think to your point of how you said, like, to work with clients who get that you're a mom.
Yes.
I remember when I first started consulting, I started managing in 2015 for my husband's company, our family company. And I was still just trying to figure out what I was doing. And this one client was very not impressed with my lack of professional whatever. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I need to find a place to do my Zoom calls. It can't be in my playroom anymore. I have to hide my children. I have to shush my 7-month-old. I can't have my 3-year-old running around. Like that can't happen anymore. And then I remember the next client after that loved the fact that I was a mom, could relate to that. And I know that there are people out there who love that about you and I. It's what they can relate to. It's what makes us, you know, a way to connect to us even more so, because we get it if someone is throwing up all of a sudden. Like we get it if babies are crying in the background, but we still want to do this despite all of that. And I think once you and I both leaned into it instead of trying to hide it, I feel like that was a huge major change for both of us in our businesses.
Yeah. Well, and I think so many women leave the corporate world and the workforce because, you know, they won't let you run home early for your kids' recital or play, right? You got to beat traffic. They're like, oh, with this meeting,
right?
Or you're fresh out of the hospital and you have to rush back to work after having a baby, and that's why so many people leave it. But then we are so used to that lifestyle, those rules, and not having any wiggle room that when we start our own business, we think we still have to abide by that.
Correct. And I think you and I are kind of are good examples of I think that we're not in the corporate environment. I know you were, I never was. And so I always have this insecurity about not being businessy enough or professional enough. And I think that you and I are professional.
We are.
We do know what we're doing, and we have had, yes, we've had success because of our work ethic, that we communicate well with whoever we work with. We give great client experiences. Both of our businesses have boomed because of referrals. And I think what is professional has kind of shifted since I've started my business, because I thought it was the blazer and the office was
Yes.
professional.
Yes.
And it's not. It's working hard, doing good work, having good integrity with your business, and providing a good client experience. That's what's professional. It's not that you and I both just talked about how we dry shampooed our hair for this. So
yeah, I don't
know what it is.
recall when I washed my hair. I've got my makeup routine down to about 4.5 minutes.
Same. It's amazing.
We just roll with it. But no, I think, and that's the other thing when you mentioned corporate, because when I was in corporate, I was so uncomfortable. Never felt smart. I felt very boxed in. So again, it was almost like I would take on clients who still made me feel that way.
Yeah, because that was your comfort zone.
Yeah, like they were the boss, and I was treated like an employee, and it took me maybe 3-4 years to figure out, wait, this is your business.
Hold on.
You work with people who boss you around. You don't have to work with people who don't understand that you're a mom. You don't have to, right? Because there are, like you said, yes, there's absolutely people who are never going to want to work with me because like there's going to be fevers, there's going to be this, and we're going to have to.
Right.
Or I may show up like disheveled. Like, sorry, it's going to happen sometime.
I'm going to work hard, but I may not look put together.
I'm going to get it done.
I'll get it done.
Really do. Just know that. But like, you don't think that just because someone's business they don't have a perfect onboarding process yet. They don't have a perfect website or anything. That doesn't mean anything. So if you're struggling out there because you're like, ooh, I don't have my ducks in a row. We started messy. We cleaned up along the way. You don't want to stay messy.
No.
Don't let anyone ever tell you that they've got it all together.
No. Oh my gosh. I literally just got my onboarding this year. And Canva has been a great blessing to my life in making me look as though I do have it together. So lean on those, Canva's free, guys. Makes you look fancy. But people, I just used to email all the notes just in one big email. And I think you have also taught me that there is an art to presenting things in a different way, because me, I see it, I'm like, that's great. Looks good. Like, I don't have an aesthetic eye. I don't have a way of seeing. I'm not at home decor. I'm always like, I don't know. It looks good. I don't know. So I think I would always treat my clients as such, because like I would just get the email. Great. There it is. It's in just Arial font. There's all the notes. Here's my strategy in an email. Now I have learned. So that's something I've learned from you, Shannon. So there you go.
What's the font? Is it Cosmic Sands or whatever?
Oh gosh, that font. That is what I use teaching all the time.
It's a very
teacher font. It's a teacher font.
But no, and I think a lot of people starting their businesses may not have even ever gone to a 9-to-5. They may have just got kids and now they're like, okay, I want to explore this new thing. So it doesn't matter if you've been in a corporate world, in the teacher world, or never really went and did the 9-to-5 thing.
Right.
Doesn't mean people won't take you seriously. It doesn't, and if you do feel uncomfortable, I used to always think I'll never get anywhere in a 9-to-5 corporate world, because I wouldn't speak up. I wouldn't, I kind of remained in the distance. So I knew there was no ladder for me. In my business, I've now created a ladder, my own ladder, that makes me feel good. And again, I bring on clients I want to work with. I create offerings I want to offer. I don't just work with anyone and everyone anymore. And that takes time. I think in the beginning, I worked with anyone and everyone. Who
wants help? Hey, you're my client. You're ideal. Thank you.
You pay me $50?
Oh my gosh. Rolling. I was like, hey, Who wants a $35 Instagram story session? Let's go.
That's a good. It's okay to price yourself low in the
Oh
beginning.
my gosh, yeah, you're still figuring stuff out.
Have the confidence to raise it eventually. You can't
Yes.
you can't do it. But yeah, so knowing that, like, one, you don't have to have it all together.
Mm.
Sorry, edit here. What were the other things? It was
Well, I was actually going to bring up the fact that sometimes I think people use not having onboarding processes as not starting, not going.
all the time. So many social media managers.
They're like, oh, well, I need to do this before. And it's like, no, you don't.
And that's the type A type people. And they just have to, like,
Yeah.
Crystal's very much like that. She's like, I can't launch something until, and
Oh
I'm like,
no, I'm like, dude, go.
I go,
You don't need to meet with me. Like we've been talking in DMs. She's like, no, I want your templates. I'm like, dude, not mine. You don't need that.
launch it in stories. Launch it.
Just say you're gonna do it and just say I'm gonna go.
On Three's blocks. And I was like, I've never had a she'll do it eventually. But no, people just have that.
That can be a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But community, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, community.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing that Emily and I want to encourage you to do is find a community.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Other women who get it. They understand where you're at. Emily and I couldn't find a community we vibed with for a while, so we created our own. So for you, if you're struggling, create your own. We created a Facebook group. That's what created our membership. That's what led us to this YouTube channel, led to in-person events that we've hosted. It all came from a little Facebook group. So if you can't find one that you feel like is for you, create your own.
Oh my gosh.
I know my cousin just started one for single moms out in her area, a local single, so they'll meet up and swap kids for the night so that they can go.
Oh,
It's so,
genius.
yeah, it's so smart. And I was like, do you realize like how helpful and awesome that is? So even if it's not around business,
Right. It could be anything.
just finding people who do have businesses, because it's a struggle. And you're gonna have questions. Again, Emily and I, money is not our thing, systems are not our thing. We are more on the creative side, and creatives often struggle with, the back end stuff of business. And we have leaned on our girls that are in our, we've invested in girls in our community because we're like, wait, what's Dubsado? What is it? And
What?
taxes. Ooh, I don't want to go to jail. I'll hire this person. Finding yourself in a tight-knit community online is an incredible, incredible thing. And it's very, very strange, probably, to you guys watching. Emily and I have met twice in real life for not even 48-hour trips, probably. But like, I feel like I've known her my whole life.
Oh yeah.
For Instagram, I never would have found her. And if it wasn't for our Facebook group, we never would have developed what we've developed. So community is huge, huge in business. And I know because you're a mom, you probably don't get out as much as you wish. You can be on your couch at night asking questions, connecting with people, finding people that can help you elevate your business. You never even know. You might find someone who wants to swap services. So if you're struggling in the beginning and you don't have the funds, don't let that, don't let that create a barrier for you.
Yeah, I love swapping.
Oh, sorry.
That is the best. What?
No, not barrier. No. Don't let that be a hurdle.
Yes.
That's the right word.
Or a barrier. We don't know. You can't jump. It might be a barrier. We don't know. But just don't let it stop you. That's the bottom line.
So Emily, what was your biggest of those, or what else would you tell someone?
Gosh, I just feel like don't let little things get in your way. I feel like mindset is so big with starting your business, and just to remember that other people will never care about your business as much as you do. Ever. Even your sweet husband who like really is rooting for you, he still won't get it. So just know that you don't need anyone else's approval to go after what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that. And I think I would say, remember why you started, like every single day. Like even this morning, I was like, last night, Chloe had a fever. I got sleep, I'm battling a sinus thing right now. And I'm like, but I love what I do. So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let, I'm not going to let the little things, the comparison creep in. It creeps in. Chloe every morning and Cam every morning, reminding myself, I started this to be home with them, and I'm not going to let anyone tell me that's not okay, or that my kids can't be visible in a Zoom call, that I can't change a call because someone's sick or I'm just having a bad day.
Yes.
Remember that you created your business. What's your why? Remind yourself daily, and people are out there who will honor that.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. All right, guys. Well, we are going to be sharing lots more tips, discussions, chatting it up. So let us know in the comments what you think, if anything resonated with you guys, and give us a follow and let us know what else we should talk about.
I think it's subscribe on YouTube,
Oh,
right?
excuse me. Subscribe. Cheers.
We're doing this, y'all.
Good.
Find us on Instagram. Hit the button below.
Read the tweets. All right.